Honda as a brand has been playing it a bit safe, conservative, and to a certain extent a bit boring with its approach and products for the Indian market. But then it gets us this. This is the new CB125 Hornet. Now, despite leading the 125cc motorcycle segment, nobody saw Honda get us this in your face, brash and sporty 125cc motorcycle. So let's find out if the baby Hornet packs a sting or not. The most interesting aspect of the CB125 Hornet has to be its styling. The design language adopted by Honda is very bold, and the Hornet styling cues can be seen on the bike. The headlight is a bit too busy for my liking, but it does look distinct. But what makes the front end look aggressive are the golden finish upside down fork that gives it a big bike vibe. Moving on, the tank panels are sharp and edgy, and the same theme is extended on the fuel tank extensions. The split seat goes well with the overall visuals, and the tail section carries forward the sharp design language. A special mention for the alloy wheels and the chunky exhaust muffler, as these elements add to the overall styling and appeal of the baby Hornet. Another interesting detail is the plastic cladding to hide the sari guard. The switchgear quality is very good, and the panels also felt solid, but we could spot a few loose wires, which is very unlike Honda. Moving on to features, the bike gets a premium TFT display with details such as range, Bluetooth connectivity, navigation, and even the screen layout can be altered. Apart from this, you also get a USB charger next to the instrument console, which is as stealthy as a Marine Commando. Then there is a silent start system and a single channel ABS too. Powering this motorcycle is the same engine that we have seen on the CB Shine, but the power and torque figures have been bumped up. So is it as exciting to ride as it looks? And to a certain extent, yes. Honda claims that the CB125 Hornet is the quickest accelerating motorcycle in its segment, and it does feel so. It shoots off the line very nicely, feels very peppy and energetic, and even at city speeds, this motorcycle does a fair job. You can ride this bike in second gear, third gear in a very comfortable manner. The clutch action is light, but the gear shift quality felt a bit hard. But I think this is a new unit. Once you run in, the gear shift quality should be good. What isn't good is the highway performance. Once you cross speeds above 85 kilometers per hour, you feel vibrations on the handlebar, tank, and the foot peg. Yes, the vibrations aren't very harsh, but it does feel a bit buzzy compared to the Xtreme 125R and the Raider 125. So the CB125 Hornet feels like a very good city bike, but on the city, yes, you can do 100 kph touring there, but the vibrations are a bit of a buzz killer, and Honda should work on this. So let's check out the ergonomics of the new Honda CB125 Hornet. First thing, it gets a split seat. Honda hasn't given us the seat height, so I'm guessing it's on the taller end. As you can see, I am able to flat foot. I am 5 feet 10 tall, weigh around 100 kg, even the rear suspension compressed a bit. So for my height, the seat height is fine, but I think for shorter riders, this will be slightly on the taller end. Now let's check out the riding posture. You get a flat but not a very wide handlebar, and the foot peg position is also not center set, slightly rear set. So as you can see, when you're sitting on the bike, you're slightly canted forward. Not very aggressive like a clip-on handlebar, but not as relaxed as a normal 125cc commuter. So you can see the riding posture is slightly sporty but comfortable. As for seat space, for me, there is enough space for the rider, but the pillion seat is not that spacious, but the grab handle is nice and chunky. And in terms of weight, the motorcycle weighs around 124 kg. So if you want to move this motorcycle around the parking lot, you don't require much effort. So in terms of the overall ergonomics, it's comfortable and slightly sporty. So on the hardware front, the chassis has been reworked because this is a sportier motorcycle compared to the CB Shine, and also it is the only motorcycle in the segment to get an upside down fork, which is a big thing. Now talking about the handling dynamics, the handling of this motorcycle is very good. It feels very agile. In fact, to a certain extent, when I first rode this motorcycle, it felt a bit too agile, a bit too sharp, and you get used to it. In terms of cornering also, you can have good cornering speeds on the CB125 Hornet. Feels very energetic, gives you a lot of confidence. So in terms of the handling dynamics, it is exciting. Now coming to the ride quality, again the upside down fork does a good job of absorbing the bumps and undulations on the road, but the rear monoshock setup I think is on the firmer side. The ride quality is a bit firm, especially over broken roads and potholes. You can feel that hit on your back, so maybe Honda can work on the rear suspension tuning a bit. And talking about the brakes also, I felt the front disc brake a bit hard initially, but I got used to it. The bite is good, it feels nice. Also you get single channel ABS, which is again a nice addition by Honda in terms of the safety. But then again, all the 125cc motorcycles in the segment come with a drum brake. But given the fact that the government wants to push for a dual channel ABS in the future, I think maybe Honda should have offered a disc brake as an option at the back. And overall dynamics of this motorcycle is fun, it feels very agile, and it's a fun to ride motorcycle, especially for the youngsters. So it's time for verdict, and let's start with the positives of the baby Hornet. I think the biggest USP for this motorcycle is its styling. It looks sporty, it looks modern, and it looks so much unlike Honda because this motorcycle will give you attention. And I think for a lot of youngsters who are looking for a sporty 125cc bike, the CB125 Hornet delivers on that end with its styling, because even in this segment, it's become a bit cluttered in terms of the options that you have. The Pulsar N125, you have the Raider 125 and the Xtreme 125. So styling of the Honda is on point. The second thing that you would like is the peppy acceleration, 0 to 60. It is the quickest accelerating bike in the segment. Feels very peppy, feels very energetic to ride in the city traffic. Also the handling dynamics of this bike is very good. You can carry good lead angles, feels very confident. The only negative for me personally has been the rear suspension, because the suspension tuning is on the stiffer side. Having said that, another big issue is the price. The CB125 Hornet is priced on the premium end of the things. Yes, Honda motorcycles are normally priced at a premium, but given the competition in this segment, Honda could have priced this motorcycle better. But if you think that it is worth the premium, then if you're looking for a sporty 125cc motorcycle, the CB125 Hornet does deliver as a very good option.